Welcome to Week 3 of the Major League Gaming StarCraft 2 King of the Beta Hill Showmatch Series. I'm JP McDaniel. My co-host tonight will, of course, be Sean Day Night Plot, who's a little bit under the weather right now, but I want to thank him for toughing it out and casting with us tonight. We've also got another little hiccup this week. Its response is currently missing in action, and Oversky is bowed out of participating. That being said, we were still able to put together a show match for you guys, and that will be consisting of two Team EG players. The first one is going to be Jacob LzGaMeR Winstead, a Terran player from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who is currently first place in his division right now with the 2104 ELO. He played Zerg in StarCraft 1 and did quite well at the World Cyber Games over the past couple of years. His opponent and also teammate and longtime playing partner is going to be Bryce Machine Bates, a Zerg player from Arizona, and these guys play constantly against each other. They're known for going 6 to 7 hours just playing each other over and over. When you have two teammates who do that, you get a lot of mind games when it starts going to the games that actually count. So I'm really excited for tonight's match. Of course, if you forgot, it is a best-of-5 series with the map rotation beginning with Lost Temple into Steppes of War, followed by Desert Oasis, Kulas Ravine, and finally Scrap Station. So Sean, I'm ready for this match. I hope you're ready. Let's go ahead and get things started on our first map, Lost Temple. All right, Sean, we're here on our first map, Lost Temple. LZ versus Machine, T versus Z, and let's go ahead and get the match started. So we're playing on Lost Temple. You've seen a lot of action of this map in StarCraft 1, and you've seen a lot of TVZ on this map. What are some of the things that you might think kind of carry over to StarCraft 2 in this matchup, on this map?
Well, I mean, first of all, most players are probably going to be pretty comfortable just getting away with an early expansion. It's nicely tucked away back at that natural. There's the high ground cliff, which, again, is a mechanic that always influences what you did on this map. So, for instance, in old StarCraft 1, you really kind of want to open up Mutalisks just to make sure you can actually defend that high ground. And I'm curious to see if we're actually going to see any of that concern carry over. Of course, since this game is a little bit new, and a lot of times players like LZ, who I was watching his stream yesterday, is more comfortable just going Marine Marauder because it's just a solid standard ground army to go for. I'm curious if he's going to be pulling any gimmicks right here in this first game.
Yeah, and of course you do see our player spawn. We have the pink Zerg Machine at the
He's feeling festive.
the 9 o'clock position, and the green Terran LZ at the 12 o'clock position. And we see his Overlord going to scout there at the 6 o'clock position. He's obviously not going to find anything. So do you think we're going to see a drone here pretty soon from Machine to scout out the other player once he sees he's not there at the 6?
He very well may, but Machine's a very mechanical player. He likes to repeat a lot of the strategies. Both he and LzGaMeR are machines, literally. They love playing lots and lots and lots and lots of games. I mean, Machine has been known to do some cute, gimmicky strategies every now and again, and, I'm interesting to see... It's interesting to see what his style is going to be in StarCraft 2, whether he's, going to favor all the new gimmicks, because, again, people aren't that familiar with the game, or whether he's just going to go pretty solid. It looks like he's built all the way up to 14 right now, so probably going to see either a pool, oh, there it is, pool right at 14. Looks like he's doing the most standard opening, just probably going straight up for Roaches at the outset.
Yeah, we see gas coming down right after that pull, so probably going to go for Roaches like you just said. We see the Terran walling in like pretty much every other Terran does on this map with the barracks about to finish and the gas about to finish there. So pretty, I guess, standard if there is such a thing in StarCraft 2 this early on in the beta for these players as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, just because these players play so many games, they have seen a wide variety of strategies just in their experience online, and I know that they're very good friends. Both of them are on the same team. I still believe they're still on the same team on EG. In fact, LZ is playing under the ID Team EG. So it's kind of interesting to see two players who not only play a lot, but play a lot against each other. So I'm curious to see what the mind games they're going to be pulling are.
Yep, and we see some Zerglings finally being spawned out of Machine's hatchery there while the SCV is kind of just scouting, getting some information, looking to see what Machine is going to be doing. And going back over to LZ's base, we see him just making some two Marines and kind of getting that orbital command up, getting those mules down, which are an incredible asset to have as a Terran player,
Absolutely.
getting you a little bit more minerals, about 3 times the minerals that a regular SCV does. So that's a great thing to have this early on in the game. You see a hatchery going down there, the natural of Machine, giving him a little bit of an econ boost once that is up. The Queen finishing inside his base. So I guess this is pretty much as standard as you can get here in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, what we're seeing LzGaMER do is the very typical build, just to get a barracks early on, go for an extremely fast orbital command. Even if there is a drone in your base, your first initial Marine will kill it off. The orbital command will go up, and 2 barracks will immediately go down. We just saw that those 2 Zerglings of Machine got up the ramp, saw the tech lab, so it's pretty clear that there's going to be either some Marine Marauder opening or a Marauder Hellion opening.
Right, and we do see that Roach Warren going down in the back behind the mineral line of Machine's base. So we are going to see Roaches, of course. We see him just building up those peons there in his main, saturating those minerals, and he's probably going to Maynard them over to his natural expansion here pretty soon once that finishes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that right off the bat are a little concerning. The fact that Machine got his first larva boost from his Queen out right away, but then his second larva boost was a little bit behind, and it's so important with that early Queen to get as many of those larvae out as fast as possible. It's real easy to get a little bit shaken up and forget about it. And, it's a big issue that you don't have the advantage as Terran of being able to spend all your stockpiled energy. You can't just make 2 mules right off the bat as Zerg. You have to keep that timing really precise with that Queen.
Yep, and we see a command center now being built there above the natural expansion of LZ's base. So I guess he's going to try to catch up on minerals, although I have seen a lot of Terrans doing that fast expansion build.
Yeah, fast expand's really fun with Terran. It's so easy. I mean, the bunkers are a great defense, and you get to salvage them at the later points in the game, so it's not even a big economic loss. And as we're seeing, instead of going Marine Marauder, we're just seeing 2 barracks with tech labs from LzGaMER. Instead, he's just going for a mass Marauder opening, probably knowing that Machine really likes those roaches. That's some of those mind games that we were talking about earlier on. He knows his opponent really well, so he's just going to try to straight up counter him with this sort of excessive, over-the-top hard counter force.
Right, and for those not in the beta, those Marauders actually do plus 10 damage, so making it 20 damage against armored units, and those Roaches are, of course, armored units themselves biological, so those things just rip through Roaches. We do see a lair now being finished inside the main of Machine, so we might see a Spire soon, a little transition to Mutas. After he gets a formidable amount of Roaches, we see a Spine Crawler down, possibly seeing those Marine Marauders now coming out of Machine's base with that Overlord on the ridge of his natural expansion. I think we're about to see our first fight of the match.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous time to attack right now. There's not that much stuff for Marine, and these Marauders just counter it so beautiful, taking one shot, backing right up. He's trying to pull those Roaches off the creep, because then he can do some really cute micro with those Marauders where he shoots and runs, because that shot of the Marauder slows those Roaches down. But it looks like Machine doing a very good counter, getting a bunch of Zerglings out, making sure he doesn't die to some sort of early attack.
One thing we actually missed, or at least I missed, was the speed upgrade for those Zerglings, allowing them to move a lot faster and corner those Marauders, possibly when they're retreating.
Yeah, and we do see that layer's done. The Hydralisk Den is up. This is a very standard mid-game force for Zerg Hydralisk against Terran. But look at this. Machine used those Roaches for early defense, and with these Zerglings now, it looks like he's feeling comfortable enough to attack. He might just go ahead and break the front right here.
We're about to see our second fight of the game as Machine goes up against, and he's just devastating on those Marauders. They're getting raped by those Zerglings. We see him pull the SCVs, just trying to help him out as much as possible.
That stim just finished. Yeah, that stim is going to be a little bit helpful, but still it's not quite going to be enough. Even though those Roaches take a lot of damage from the Marauders, it's still not quite enough with all those Zerglings. The Roaches themselves do a lot of damage. It looks like this first supply depot is going down. LzGaMER's trying to make a bunch of extra Marauders to defend, and it looks like he'll just barely be able to do that.
Yeah, we see him break through that first ramp there with 2 Marauders. Now 1 Marauder against those 4 Roaches. We see him trying to spawn. He's about to get 2 more Marauders. He's pulling a couple SCVs to help out against those Roaches. And I think this little push here is going to be devastating. Oh, we see a bunch of Zerglings now. About 8 Zerglings coming in the ramp of Team EG to counter those Marauders. We see the lifted orbital command from that natural expansion of LZ. And now we just see those Zerglings doing work on those Marauders.
Yeah, and this is a little... Oh my god, look, a full another
Zerglings
popping right in here. 3 Marauders left. There's going to be almost no way that LzGaMER can hold this off, but he's going to hang in there, still trying to stim those Marauders. Not quite going to be able to pull it off, and these SCVs are falling in good game.
And we're going to see a GG from LZ, and now it's going to